Hello everyone, welcome to Learnaholic India. So today we are going to see the popular models of SDLC. This is the second part of the tutorial. In the first part we have seen the software development life cycle phases and the introduction of SDLC. So in today's tutorial we are going to see the popular models of SDLC. Which are the models of SDLC? Waterfall model, iterative model, spiral model, V model, Big Bang model, RAD model, agile model and software prototype model. In this tutorial, we are going to see each and every model in detail. So let's start it with waterfall model. The waterfall model was the first process model to be introduced. It is referred to as linear sequential life cycle model. This model is very simple to understand and very simple to use. Waterfall is a cascade software development life cycle model in which the development process looks like the flow of moving step by step through the phase of analysis, projecting, realization, testing and implementation and support. This SDLC model includes gradual execution of every stage completely. So the following figure shows the representation of the different phases of waterfall model. The first phase in the waterfall model is requirement analysis. The second phase is system designing. The third is implementation. After implementation, testing comes into the picture. After testing of software, deployment of the system is done, and after that the maintenance phase is come. So let's see the waterfall model phases one by one. First is requirement gathering and analysis. All the possible requirements of the system to be developed are captured in this phase and documented in a requirement specification document, that is SRS document. The second phase is system design. This system design helps in specifying the hardware and system requirement and helps in defining the overall system architecture. The third phase is implementation. The system is first developed in a small program which are called as unit, which are integrated in the next phase. Each unit is developed and tested for its functionality, which is referred to as unit testing. The next phase is integrating and testing. All the units which are developed in the implementation phase are integrated into a system after a testing of each unit. Post integration, the entire system is tested for all the faults and failure. The next phase is deployment of the system. Once the functional and non-functional testing is done, the product is deployed in the customer environment or released into the market. The next phase is maintenance phase. There are some issues which come up in the client environment. To fix those issues, patches are released to enhance the product for some better version of the system. The maintenance is done to deliver these changes in the customer environment. Let's see what are the advantages of waterfall model. This model is simple and easy to understand as well as to use. Management simplicity is the one. That is, every phase has a defined result and process review. In this model, all the phases are processed and completed one at a time. Means completion of one phase, the development moves to the next step. Then waterfall model is perfect for small and mid-sized project where the requirements are clear and non-equivocal. In the waterfall model, each stage is clearly defined. This model is easy to classify and prioritize the task is very simple. Process and result are well documented in the waterfall model. The milestones are very well understood. Then there are some challenges to achieve the waterfall model. Let's see what are the challenges in the waterfall model. The software is ready only after the last stage is over. Before that, you don't get the software or the system. There is high amount of risk and uncertainty in this model. This is not the best choice for the complex and object-oriented project. The progress of the stage is hard to measure while it is still in the development. This is a poor model for long and ongoing project. The integration is done at very end, which is not give the option for identifying the problems in advance. It is difficult to measure the progress within the stages. Now let's see what are the applications of waterfall model. Requirements are very well documented, clear and fixed. The technology is understood and is not dynamic. The product definition is stable. There are no ambiguous requirements. Ample resources with required expertise are available to support the product. The project is short. Let's see the next model, that is iterative model. In the iterative model, iterative process starts with a simple implementation of small set of software requirements and iteratively enhances the evolving version until the complete system is implemented and ready to be deployed. An iterative lifecycle model does not attempt to start with a full specification of requirements. Development begins by specifying and implementing just the part of the software, which is then reviewed to identify the further requirements. The figure shows the iterative model design. In this figure, the requirements are gathered and the product or the system is developed by using various builds. Each and every build has design, development, testing and implementation phase. And after the builds are completed, all the builds are integrated and the system is developed. So let's see what are the advantages of iterative model. Some working functionality can be developed quickly and early in the life cycle. The results are obtained early and periodically. The parallel development can be planned. Progress can be measured. The software is less costly to change the requirement or the scope of the project. The testing and debugging during the smaller iteration is easy. The risks are identified and resolved during the iteration, and each iteration is an easily managed milestone. With the help of iterative model, it is easier to manage the risk. High risk part is done first. Now let's see the challenges in the iterative model. More resources may be required, then more management and attention is required. Defining increments may require definition of the complete system. It is not suitable for smaller projects. The management complexity is more as compared to other model. End of the project may not be known, which is a risk in the development process. Highly skilled resources are required for risk analysis. Project progress is highly dependent upon the risk analysis phase. Let's see the application of iterative model. Requirements of the complete system are clearly defined and understood. There is a time to the market constraint. Major requirement must be defined. However, some functionalities or requested enhancement may be evolved with time. A new technology is being used and is being learned by the development team while working on the project. There are some high-risk features and goals which may change in the future. The next model is a spiral model. A spiral model is the SDLC model which combines the architecture and prototyping by the stages. It is the combination of iterative and waterfall software development lifecycle model. The main issue in the spiral model is defining the right moment to make the step into the next stage. The shift to the next stage is done according to the plan, even if the work on the previous stage is not done. The plan is introduced basing on the statistics data received during the previous projects, even from the personal developer's experience. The figure shows the design of the spiral model. It is the cumulative cost progress. In this, first we have to determine the objective, then we have to identify and resolve the risk. After identifying the objective, the development and testing phase comes into the picture, and after that planning to the next iteration is done. So in between the planning of next iteration and determine the objective, the review is done. Now let's see all the phases one by one in spiral model. The first phase is identification. In this phase, gathering the business requirement is in the baseline of the spiral model. The next phase is design. In this phase, the conceptual design is the baseline spiral and it involves the architectural design, the logical design of the models. It also have the physical product design and the final design in the subsequent spiral. The next phase is construct phase or the build phase. In this phase, the production of the actual software or product is done at every spiral. The next one is evaluation or risk analysis phase. Identifying, estimating and mentoring the technical feasibility and management of risk is taken care of. What are the advantages of the spiral model? Challenging requirements can be accommodated. Then it allows extensive use of prototypes. Requirements can be captured more accurately in this model. Then the user can see the system at the early stage also. Then the development can be divided into the smaller parts and the risky parts can be developed earlier, which helps in the risk management. What are the disadvantages of the spiral model? The spiral model management is more complex as compared to iterative model and waterfall model. End of the project may not be known early. The process of the spiral model is complex. Then it is not suitable for small or low risk projects and it could be expensive for small projects. Spiral model may go on indefinitely. Large number of intermediate stages required for excessive documentation. Then what are the applications of spiral model? When there is a budget constraint and risk evaluation is important, then spiral model comes into picture. For long-term project commitment, because of the potential changes to economic priorities as the requirement change with the time. For the medium to high risk projects, spiral model is used. Customer is not sure of the requirement, which is usually the case, then the best model to use is a spiral model. When the requirements are complex and need the evaluation to get clarity, then there is a best hope to get the software done by using the spiral model. Then the next model is V model. The V model is a software development lifecycle model where the execution of the process happen in a sequential manner in a V shape. It is also known as verification and validation model. The V model is an extension of the waterfall model and is based on the association of the testing phase for each corresponding development stage. This is a highly disciplined model, and the next phase starts only after the completion of the previous phase. The figure shows the design of the V model. The project definition comes with the phases like concept of operation, requirements and architecture, and detailed design. Then implementation is done along with the time. After that, project test and integration takes place. In that, operation and maintenance, system verification and validation is done, and integration, testing and verification is done. Let's see each phase. Verification. There are two phases. First is verification and the next one is validation phase. In verification phase, which are the steps involved, we will see it one by one. First is business requirement analysis. The product requirements are understood from the customer's perspective. In system design, the understanding and the detailing the complete hardware and communication setup is done for the product under the development. In architectural design, the architectural specifications are understood and designed in this phase. This is the high level design. Module design. The detailed internal design for all the system modules is specified. It is also known as low level design. Then the next phase is coding phase. In this, the actual coding of the system modules is designed and the design phase is taken up. Now, which are the validation phases? In that, unit testing comes. Unit testing is to design in the model design phase, which is executed on the code. Then integration testing, which is associated with the architectural design phase. System testing, directly associated with the system design phase. Then acceptance testing. This testing is associated with the business requirement analysis phase and involves the testing the product in the user environment. What are the advantages of V model? V model is highly disciplined model and the phases are completed one at a time. V model works very well for smaller projects where the requirements are very well understood. The V model is simple and easy to understand and to use. V model is easy to manage due to the rigidity of the model. Each phase has a specific deliverables and a review process. That's why V model is used. What are the disadvantages of V model? V model is of high risk and uncertain model. It is not good model for complex and object-oriented project. It is a poor model for long and ongoing project. It is not suitable for the projects where the requirements are at a moderate to a high risk of changing. Once an application is in the testing stage, it is difficult to go back and change the functionality. That is the main disadvantage of the V model. No working software is produced until late during the life cycle. Let's see the applications of V model. When the product definition is stable, then V model is used. When the requirements are very well defined, clearly documented and fixed, then the V model is used. Technology is not dynamic and is well understood by the project team. There are no ambiguous or undefined requirements, and when the project is small, then V model comes into the picture. So in today's tutorial, we are going to see this all these three models. So in the next part of the tutorial, we are going to see the remaining model. So stay tuned for the next tutorial, that is the part 3 of the SDLC model. So in that tutorial, we are going to see all the remaining topics in detail. So thank you for watching today's session. If you are new to this channel, then subscribe to Learnaholic India and don't forget to click on the bell icon for the latest video updates. If you like today's video, then like it, share it with your friends. Also, if you have any query, then please comment below. Remember one thing, sharing of knowledge is gaining of knowledge. That's it for today. Stay tuned for next video and thank you once again.